it, Allan.
Welcome aboard, Allan.
Right, nice to meet you all tonight. My name's Allan Hutton, and I'm based in Airdrie, Lanarkshire. I tie mostly kind of loch style wets. That's my kind of passion. I like to fish for wild brown trout, but where I live, there's not a lot of brown trout around here. I was a member of a local club there for 30 years, but I decided I needed to. It was rainbows we fished for. It's only 10 minutes away from the house. I joined a new club called Cubbonshaw, and it's about a half an hour away. And again, it's rainbows, but I do like to get to the Highlands as often as I can and fish for brown trout. That's my real passion. So that's mostly the kind of flies that I tie is for kind of brown trout and loch style weights. Just as I was talking to you there, I've just broke my bloody thread. So I did.
You broke it?
I broke my black thread. I was going to tie it with a black thread there. You just give me a minute. Okay, I'll get this up.
Plenty of time.
All right. I'm going to start tying the first fly I'm going to tie. It's going to be a fly called a Watton Warrior. It was a fly that originates in Caithness from the northeast of Scotland. And it was a local tackle dealer, Hugo Ross, that devised it for Loch Watton. And I've used it in Loch Watton. I actually caught fish in Loch Watton with it, but I've used it everywhere. It's a great fly, a really good fly. I'll get it underway in a second when I can get this.
You can't spell it for me, can you, Allan?
Yeah, well, Loch as in Loch.
Yeah.
In Watton. No, sorry. It's called a Watton Warrior. Sorry, Watten.
Watton Warrior.
Warrior, yep. Do you know what? I'll tie it with a claret thread. I can't get this black thread. So
that's fine.
I'll make a
what size hook are you using?
On this occasion, I tie it in size 10s and, well, in size 12s, but I don't really use a 12. It's a short shank 10 that I use, a full and mill short shank hook. I tie them in that and also tie them in these just a normal size 10. A 10 when there's a good wave, and the short shank when it's more calm. So, but I'm going to, for the purpose, it's probably better when I'm doing a demonstration to tie them in the 10 because you can see it a bit better, and it's easier to tie as well in the bigger hook. So I would normally tie this with black thread, but as I've broke it, I'll tie it with this claret thread. It's a Semperfli thread. So I'll just get the thread on the hook just now. Like I say, I've fished this over the last couple of years. Actually, this pattern's been quite successful. Whenever I go, I usually start off with this. It's because I've got a lot of confidence in it. It's nothing fancy or anything, but it's a palmer fly. So I'll tie in the tail, which is Glow Bright. I use Glow Bright number 3, but any red colour will do. I'll use that Glow Bright. So what I do is I take a strand of that off and I fold it about 4 times. And just fold it another time here. And then I'll cut that. And then what I usually do then is I brush that up with an eyebrow pencil, or you can do it with a toothbrush or a piece of Velcro or something, but this...
that looks right.
Yeah, the wee eyebrow pencil. And yeah, so I'll get this tied in. Just take it back maybe about the bend of the hook. And cut that to about size. It's about there.
Okay, can do that.
Cut the waste piece off. And then I'll tie in the rib. Now you can I like to use the gold wire because it's stronger. You can use uni, the oval tinsel. You can use that as well. But I feel that the gold wire is a lot stronger. It does the same job and holds it better. So we've got that rib tied in. So for the body, it's a fiery brown. So you get all sorts of fiery browns depending where you get your dubbing from. So on this occasion, I'm using this. I just got this recently. Actually, it's quite good stuff. Artisan dubbing. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a guy in Perth that makes it in Scotland. Or puts it together, and it's a Seals for substitute. It's quite a nice colour. This fiery brown. It's quite close to the kind of colour that I like to tie it with. Usually tie it with. I've used Seals for in the past as well. I'm using this stuff on this occasion.
Is that Ian Christie's stuff?
Yeah, that's correct. Aye, that's right. Aye, yep.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
I
not
think-
Flybox anymore then.
Yeah, I think that's still up and running. Actually, I'm not sure, but I think it is. Sure, it is. I got it from a local. There's a shop
cool.
up here in Stirling called Anglian Active. That's where I got it from.
Oh, yeah, I know it.
Yeah. So we've got that on the thread. We'll get this up the body. Tighten it as you go along if you need to. Maybe a wee bit short there. Get another wee bit on. Sometimes I like, when I'm putting dubbing in the body, I sometimes like to turn the hook upside down because it gives you more room to manipulate the dubbing onto your thread. That's about right there. Now, the body hackle, they call for a fiery brown, but I've not. The fiery brown cape I've got's not got the right size of hackles. I've used most of it, so I'm using a cape here that's a kind of coachman's brown. It's no far out. It's got a tinge of kind of readiness off it, so I'm using that on this occasion for the body hackle. I'm actually getting up to Caithness on Saturday. I'm going away for a week up there, up that neck of the woods. We're going to be fishing on Sunday. The first loch that I'm going to be fishing is Loch Ordie. Well, I would have liked to have went to Watton, but I've heard that Watton has got a lot of algae on it at the minute, and there's nobody fishing it at the minute because it's like pea soup now. So, which is unfortunate. That's what's been happening quite a bit to that loch over the last few years. At this time of year, once the summer gets underway and it heats up, they get a big algae bloom. It's unfortunate. So we'll get this wound up the body. I usually do a couple of turns at the head, at the front, and then just try and... I don't count how many we need. I just take them up, try and get evenly spaced. I know that some people say you should only have so many turns, etc., but it doesn't matter, does it?
As long as it catches fish.
Just pull that off. Get this wire secured in at the front, make sure it doesn't unravel. I'll just helicopter that off. I'm just ready now for the head hackle, which is it's a white hen cape I use for the front of that. So I'll use this here, white hen cape, and I'll tie that, feather, not a cape, it's from a cape. I'll tie it in by the tip. Piece cut off. And I don't know about you guys, what kind of hackle pliers you use. I find that when I'm using hen feathers or soft hackles, I always find my kind of standard hackle pliers sometimes a bit heavy and it breaks or they slip. So for a wee while now, I've been using one of these wee electric clips, these wee plunger type things. I find them quite good for using on hen hackles and soft hackles. I don't get as many slips or breakages when I use these. I think that might be about enough. Just 2-3 turns. Just try and pull everything back that's going forward, as you always do. There's a wee bit there annoying me, wee white a bit of hackle. Just build up your head. And whip finish. That's the fly almost complete. A wee pull. That's the finished fly. That's the Watton Warrior. Works well fishing from a drifting boat and with a table. Some guys use 3. I just use 2 flies mostly, and I would fish that in the dropper, the top dropper. So I'll just put a wee bit of varnish on the head. And then I'll just make sure that I clean the eye out, I don't leave nothing worse when you go to tie on a fly and you've got a bit of varnish stuck in the eye. There you go. That's the Watton Warrior.
Has anybody got any questions for Allan? If so, unmute yourself and then ask the question and remute yourself.
Okay, move on to another fly now.
Happy with that?
Yep, that's the Watton Warrior. That's a great loch fly. I've had great success with that recently. The last couple of years, it's usually one of the first flies I put on my cast when I go for wild brown trout these days. So that's the Watton Warrior. Next, I'm going to tie the next fly in a short shank 10. And it's a fly called a dirty Weeaker. It's another Caithness fly. Again, it was devised by Hugo Ross, who's a local tackle dealer in Wick. And it was devised for the lochs up there. So I'll get on with that and tie that. So
could you spell it again for me?
The dirty Weeaker, D-I-R-T-Y.
Say again, E-R.
No, D.
D.
I.
Yeah.
R. T-Y.
Oh, dirty.
Dirty, yeah, dirty. Dirty Weeaker. W-E-E-K-E-R.
Dirty
Apparently, a Weeaker, somebody from Wick, an inhabitant of the town of Wick, is actually I think it's called a Weeaker. That's how they say it up there. A dirty Weeker.
I told you we needed a translator, Derek.
I've heard of that.
Aye, so I'm having trouble. I don't know what I'm doing with this thread. I'm getting all tangled up. God, I knew this would be a nightmare. Right, the next fly, like I say, is a dirty Weeaker. Now, on this occasion, again, my thread's busted up there again, so I'm just going to use an orange for one on this one. Again, you can tie whatever you want, usually a black thread on it, or some people have tied it with a red head. I'll tie it with this orange thread. So we'll get the tail on, which is pheasant tail tippet.
Derek,
Yeah,
sorry to interrupt. There seems to be loads of people having problems getting in.
there's 23 there I got.
There's Neil Brooks, Stephen Wyatt, Paul, and a lot of others.
I noticed it was a different meeting code than normal.
Is it?
That might be why they're trying to get into the other one.
I'll just hold on a wee minute while you address that situation. That'll give me a chance to get my thread sorted.
I'll see if I can send them the link again, Derek.
Yeah, yes, please. I haven't got anybody in the waiting room.
No, I think they're having a problem getting on before it for some reason.
Ah, here we go. I got him.
Well, I've managed to get on here.
Facebook group trying to get in.
Yeah, I got him.
Right, well, just tell me when to start again then, when you're ready.
Yeah. I'll let these guys in.
Ah.
Okay, Alan, off you go.
Right, okay to go? Right. Right, this fly, as I said, this is called the Dirty Weeaker. Quite a name, eh? So I've got my black thread sorted now, Derek. So, right, the black thread's just a semperfly thread, 16/0, I think it is. So the tail is a piece of pheasant tail tippet, which I'll cut off. So that's that. I'll now get the rib in. The rib, again, you can either use gold wire or French oval tinsel. I prefer to use the wire. So we'll get a piece of wire tied in. Right, and next I'm going to tie the body in, which is claret. It'll be claret seals for preferably, but in this occasion I'm going to be using some Pepuna dubbing. Use a piece of this.
I was just about to say, can you make that bigger?
Use some more, a wee bit short. Made it a wee bit chubbier than I normally would like it to be. But, so get the rib down this. Right. Just take that piece of wire off, helicopter it off. Pull some of this is going a bit forward, so we'll get them. So next, there's a collar hackle and a head hackle to be on it. So first of all, I'm going to put a black collar hackle on it. Okay, find my cape here. Here we go. No, I've actually got a piece here ready. So I'll put a black collar hackle on here. This is actually a hen hackle here I'm using, tying it in by the tip. It just needs a couple of turns. And then for the head hackle, it's just an orange hen hackle. I've got one here prepared. Just an orange hen hackle. Get that loose piece cut off. Get that wound up. That head's not as neat as I would like it, but almost complete. I'll just give that a quick finish. I'll get that bit of varnish. I just use the varnish from Vineyards. That's what I use. wee fibre stick forward there, which is annoying it. But there you go. That is the dirty Weeaker.
Anybody
very
got any
imaginative
questions for
name.
Allan?
Just get that. There you go. That's it. The dirty Weeaker. Just move on to my next slide.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we'll get that off.
Where will you have that one on the cast?
I'll put that in the point. I would have that in the point.
And the other one on the dropper?
In the dropper, yeah. Yep.
Lovely.
Right, next, I'm going to tie a Loch Ordie. You'll have heard of that, surely, yeah? A Loch Ordie fly. It's a well-known... Well, I think it's originally come from Orkney, I think it was, or Orkney or Shetland Islands. It was devised. And it's again, I think it was the first devised as a darting fly, but it's since been adapted into a kind of a top dropper wet. But there's all sorts of variations of it, and this is the variation. This is one of the variations that I like to fish. And me and my friends, we love this fly. My mate Tam, he absolutely loves the Loch Ordie. Again, it catches fish everywhere. Catches it everywhere. So again, I'll just use black thread. Let's semper fly on this occasion. I use semper fly and uni. I like uni as well in 8O. So this fly hasn't really got a body as such. It's just all hackles basically. So take the thread to the back of the hook here, just to the bend, and it's in 3 parts. It's a black hackle, a red game hackle, and a white hackle at the front. So you just wind them up the body, and it's just a big bushy fly, and it just works wonders. It's a great fly, the Loch Ordie. So first of all, I'll tie in a black cock hackle. Just a nice piece off. This is a very easy fly to tie. It's just all hackle. So you just get started, and you just start working your way up the body with it. Depending on how many fibres are on the hackle you've got. I try to tie it just with the 3 hackles, but sometimes you maybe need to put a couple of black ones on or a couple of black red game ones, depending on your hackles. So some versions of this is just the red game and then the white hackle. I've seen it with a tail as well, a lime green tail. This is a version I like with the black, the red game, and the white at the front. So, tie that off there. It's great in a big wave, a good wave, a fly like this. It doesn't look much to do, but it comes together once it's complete. Make sure I've got that in. Next, it's the red game hackle. Tighten it. I might get away with just using the 3 hackles on this occasion. Maybe not. Use up as much of this as I can. I think that's it. Oops. I don't know if I'm going to manage to save this or not. Yeah, I think I'll actually tie in another red game. It's just a wee bit shorter. Should have a wee bit more. Here somewhere.
Well rescued.
Nah, I just managed that no more, didn't I? Where's that? I'll just get another few turns. I just think it's a wee bit short. The red game's a wee bit short, yeah. It's more like it. That's a bit. I don't know, you maybe be aware of a book called Trout and Salmon Flies of Scotland. And he's aware of that by Stan Headley. You'll find these flies in it in that book. It's a great book, a good comprehensive book. It'll give you the history of the fly. I think this was devised in Orkney or Shetland. I can't remember now. So next, it's a white hen hackle in the front. Just compare this hackle here. And that's it, almost complete. It's a great fly for a big wave on the wall. But again, I've had a lot of success meeting friends. A lot of success with this fly. It's a very popular fly in Scotland. But yeah, that's the
Very nice fly.
that's the Loch Ordie. What's that? Like I say, there's all sorts of variations. I've also seen it in claret black, and sometimes like a blue grizzle hackle at the front as well. But this is a kind of popular version. This version here. Yep. So I'll just put a wee bit of varnish on that. Clean my out. There you go, that's the Loch Ordie. Right, we'll move on to my next fly, guys. The next fly I'm going to tie is called a short Ordie. Right, it's a variation, right? There's such a thing as an anorexic Ordie, which is tied a lot skinnier, as you can imagine. And the one that I'm tying is pretty much is. I'll explain it as I go along. And again, it's worked well for me this year, especially. This year was the first time I kind of used it, and I put legs on it as well. So I'll go ahead with that and get that tied up just now as well. Again, you can always tie these in size 10s, right enough. This is a big fly, but the short Ordie, I can tie it in that size, or I go down to a 12 or a short shank 10. So start there. I'll do it again. I'll just do it I'll put it on the size, the short shank this time. So again, just using the black thread. But I'm not going right down the body with this. I'm going to quite a short Ordie, so it's basically just only using half the size of half the hook. So I'll probably start a bit there and I put on a red game hackle here. I don't put the black one on this one. On the short Ordie, just the red game at the back. So, get this one up. I actually used this fly at the new club water I use. It's a reservoir, and it's just for, I was fishing for rainbows, and I got rainbows on this fly as well. But it's more kind of suited for brown trout, for the wild fish. That's what the idea of it was for me. So, this one is not tied as heavy as the last one. And then I'll put legs on this one, upper legs. When I did tie it, I used this, I think it's dyed orange cock pheasant tail. I tied 3 in each side, three fibres. It doesn't really matter, I suppose, but 3, try and keep it even. I found that I like to tie a few flies with pheasant tail legs on it. There's something about it. The trout seem to be attracted to it. There must be the movement in them or something. We've had quite a bit of success with flies with kind of straggling legs. Outside, and we've got to see another.
You fish this one static and let the wind do the work.
Well, you can let it be static. When I was fishing for the rainbows, there was a fish that static and pulled it as well, and I got results going both methods. Both methods. I think it's the legs that do it for this one. Really is. So we'll get these tied in there.
Are you fishing it subsurface or as a dry?
Just no, not real. I'm not really fishing it as a dry. I'm just fishing it in the kind of subsurface, no, just underneath the. I just use a floating line and just underneath the surface or just on the surface kind of thing. Just pull it quite fast. Yep, just strip it. When I was fishing for the rainbows recently, it was a month or two ago. I was actually there was fish rising, and there was quite a number of fish were going for it and missing it as well. So it worked well. So next, I'm going to just put on a white hackle, if I can find my white cape. A white hen cape. White hen hackle at the front there, just like the last Loch Ordie there. No, it's heavy. This one, yeah, I thought I had some sprayed there. Let's see it. Again, I'd tie it in by the tip. I tied a few flies like this with different colour combinations, but I've still to use the other combinations. Like I say, I've got a fair bit of what's the word? I'm just trying to think of the word there. I can't think where I'm doing this. I've got a lot of kind of trust in it, kind of thing. No, I feel confident using it. That's the word I'm trying to say. There was actually an article in the Trout and Salmon maybe a couple of years ago. It was Alan Liddell who's been on here, yeah. He did an article about Loch Ordies and all the different variations. That was in a Trout and Salmon article a couple of years ago, I think it was. There's quite a number of versions of the Loch Ordie. Probably the wee fibres sticking out there. I don't suppose the fish will mind, but we'll just got to finish up. I'm showing it.
That's a handy little tool you got there.
Yeah, got it from Vineyards. I quite like that rather than using scissors, because sometimes when you get in there with your scissors, you can sometimes leave a wee stub, with the hackle, and it gets right into it. It gets right in and gives you a nice clean cut. It's actually a wee tool made by Stonefoe. Not very dear, about £6 or something. I think, did they not use a tool like this? The women that do the nails and stuff like that for taking your skin away for your nails. There's a name for it. It's pretty similar. But it's great for getting in there and cutting the thread. I find it quite useful. Been using it for a wee while now. So there you go. That's what I call a short Ordie. I've maybe actually made it. It looks a bit heavy there in the head, but I don't usually. It's maybe tied a wee bit heavy in the head there, but that's the idea anyway. What I call a short Ordie. Like I say, I've had success with this year. Really fishing it for the first time this year. The short Ordie. So right, we'll go on to my next fly then. Okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, look. Right, the next fly I'm going to tie a clan chief. You heard of the clan chief fly? It's a fly that was devised by a gilly, I think it was, on South Uist. It's a Hebridean fly. And again, it's for fishing in the lochs. So, like I say, it's a great fly. In fact, look, you go through stages, don't you? You use flies for a wee while, and then you go to try something new, and you forget about them and stuff. You go into some new pattern. But this used to be a good favourite of mine. This, especially out in the wild lochs. The Loch Ordie, sorry, the clan chief. So I'm using black thread. And this has got a wee. It's got a tail, a red and yellow tail. I'll explain it as I go along. So the first piece of the tail is yellow, and I'm using Go Bright number 10. So I'll just get a piece of this cut off, fold it about, I don't know, 4 times or something. 1, 2, 3 times. Oops. I think that'll be enough actually. So I'll get that tied in. No, well, first of all, I won't tie in. In fact, I'll fold it again. It's a wee bit thin. So put that there. Put that. Of course, I seem to have lost my wee eyebrow. My wee eyebrow pencil. Right, so there, I'll just fuzz that up. Get that tied in. I'll just leave that. I'm going to cut that. I'll cut that once I get the other part of the tail on. Right. Second part of the tail is red, again using the Go Bright number 3. Just do the same again as I did with the yellow piece here. I just think I've maybe made that yellow piece a wee bit too thick. We'll see how we go on. maybe didn't say there, but I think I've tried this and I'm trying it in a size 10. It is a big fly, but you can tie it in size 12s. So, top of that. To size. Right. Get this wee piece cut off. And on this occasion, I'm going to be using silver wire for a rib. Again, you can use the oval tinsel if you like, but I just find that wire's much stronger than the tinsel. Use that. Quite a heavily dressed fly, this. Again, there's 2 or 3 different variations of this, but this is a kind of, the one I'm doing is a kind of standard clan chief. So the body is black seals for whatever you've got. But I like to use this. I quite like the chopping dubbins. And this one's called the black, sorry, the Ballandere Bibio dubbin. It's quite good. It's black with this kind of bits of blue and red flash through it. It suits this pattern, I think. I say the original pattern is just plain black seals for. I'm going to use this on this occasion. Make sure I think I'm maybe a wee bit short there. I'll get another wee bit in. Right, the body hackles for this is a double palmer. It's a black and red hackle wound together. I've got a couple prepared here, a black cock hackle and a black red hackle. Just place them together like so. I'll get up to this in a wee minute. Like that. Like that. Wind them together up the body. Sometimes this can be quite tricky, but once you get used to it, it's okay. There's everything there, isn't it? Get that tied in, so you know it.
Does it matter which feather's on top?
No, it's just I've never actually heard them to say there's a correct way. So I usually put the red one top. It is. I mean, to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter, I don't think, because I think when it gets wound up, you're going to see the black and red anyway, aren't you, together? So I'm going to put another hackle in front of this once this is wound up. But what I would say, there's people argue over the tail. It's the right way is always yellow at the bottom, apparently. Yellow at the bottom and red at the top. It's probably because the yellow is brighter, I suppose. Maybe a fish are looking up, I don't know. Yeah, this is proving a wee bit tricky. Yes. Got to make sure you get all these placed together. Might be good to go. I'm happy with that last. I think that would be too bad at that. Nice to get in. That gets going forward if you can. I managed to get my wire in my thread there. Right, get that off. I'll just give this a wee brush up. Sometimes it's what I didn't want to do. I mean, when you're doing these palmer tackles, it's good to try and brush the dubbing up into the hackle. It gives it a bit of translucency amongst the hackle. Sometimes doing that as well, it frees any trapped hackles that you might have trapped when you were palmering it up. So in front of that, I'm going to put a black hen hackle. I don't know if I've got one ready here. Yeah. Got a black hen hackle here. Cut off. Where's my wee? What's that? I've lost my wee. There's that much rubbish lying about in this desk. I've lost my wee hackle plier. I just need to use this one, hopefully. As I was explained earlier, I know there it's here for it. My wee plunger hackle I like to use with the hen capes. That'll do. We'll get that work finished. What varnish.
Bobby.
That's that. That's the Clan Chief. It originated out in the Outer Hebrides, South Uist. That red, I don't know, it's still coming across very well. That red's supposed to sit on top of the yellow there. I see that it looks okay on that side. It's moved over there a bit, slipped a bit. Aye, that's the Clan Chief. Big bushy fly, yeah. So, move on to another fly.
Yes, please. Has anybody got any questions for Alan?
So next I've got a wee list here of what we'll do next. I'll do a black kihi. Must have heard of that one, yeah. I heard of the kihi fly, yeah. And this is a black kihi. This is a good wee fly for brown trout in the point. Again, just using black thread. I actually got this bobbin holder recently there. It's one of these Stoneflow ones, and I wasn't pleased with it because you see the end of it there, see it? This sticking out here. You thought that would have been covered. It's no ideal. It's a bit unfinished looking. I suppose it's for maybe bigger bobbin holders. All the bobbin holders I've got, all the thread holders I've got are all the same size. So it's just looks a bit unfinished. I wasn't pleased with that when I got it, to be quite honest. We'll just put this black thread on. And for the tail of this, it's a pheasant tail tippet, and it's dyed. I think this is actually dyed orange. It's not natural. It's dyed as a dyed orange. Sure. So I'll just cut her. Sorry, we don't do that. First of all, we do use that, but first of all, we put a wee tag underneath it, and again, we're going to be using the gold bright number 3. So, just a wee red tag we put in this. Jump my head in myself there. There's no tag, it's a wee tail. Get that tied in. This is on the short shank 10. This. This is just a wee tag you put on this, a wee short tail. And now we put the pheasant tail tippet on. Just place this on top of that tag. Take it right up to the tag, obviously. And for the rib, I just use silver wire. And this for the rib. And the body of this is a peacock herring. Just use 2 pieces of peacock herring. Got a couple of pieces here already. Nope. Delicate stuff, isn't peacock herrings? Notoriously famous for breaking. That'll do. Couple. I'll wind this up the opposite way for since the way they put the peacock herring on. You can see it better that way as well, and it also helps secure the herring. Go for that one. And the head tackle of this, it's just a black hen hackle. I've got a piece off this. It's a bit ragged looking, this shape, but we'll manage to get something off it. For this wee hackle. I'll tie it into the tip. Oops. Oh, I've got another one, that one I've stripped it.
Sorry, Alan, what was the name of the fly again, please?
Keehee. Ke/he.
My son dropped a glass on the floor, so we've been overing up the glass.
Oh. We'll just get this tackle tied in. Couple of turns should do this. And that's plenty. Almost finished. I'll get this finished. Varnish. Should be. And clean the heat. There you go. Well, that's a black key, the standard key. It's the same dressing, only with a red game hackle. Red game hackle. It was the only difference there. And well, I'm using peacock kerel. It's been dyed black. The stem it's a bit black. I think he's just using actual peacock kerel for the original. But that's a good fly for on the lochs up north. A black key for wild brownies. Yep. So that's that. We'll move on to another fly. If you're all right, okay.
As long as you're happy to carry on, yeah?
Yeah, I'm all right. If you're okay, I'm not boring you or anything. No, no too much the same of anything.
Paul's fast asleep.
Is it?
Alan, that last one looks very similar to a black and peacock. But with
Yeah,
the
yeah. Black and peacock's just the body and the hackle, isn't it? That's got the tail. Is that the difference? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good fly. Good pattern. Next, I'm going to tie well, it's not. It's the pattern's based in a Georgeous George. It's an Irish pattern. Again, I found this to be quite good. In fact, I find it quite good for the rainbows as well, actually. Then I'll go ahead and tie that. So again, this is tied in. You can tie them in size shorts, shank 10s, but I prefer to tie this in a size 10. It is a big fly. So I put it's got a wee red butt on it. So I'm using Go Bright number 4 for the butt here. Just cut this waste piece off. And just go around the bend a little bit to about there. Back again. I'll just finish that off.
What's this one called again, please, Alan?
Well, I've not really got a name for it. It's based around a pattern called a Georgeous George. It's an Irish pattern. It's the same kind of style. So it's not really got a name. It's just a version of it. So what I do, when I do the wee butts, just to protect them a little bit, if I'm lucky enough to get several fish with it, I'll just varnish the butt up. I suppose a lot of guys would maybe use UV resin, but I don't bother with it. I just use varnish. Just suppose when you're using varnish, you've got to give it time to set, I suppose. There's UV pretty much instant. Yeah. So while that's drying, that'll be all right. By the time I get down near the butt, it'll be dried in anyway. So I'm going to be using a uni thread, and it's chartreuse. It's an needle chartreuse. And for the tail in this one, I'm using Go Bright number 11, I think it is. 11. It's kind of chartreuse colour, I suppose. Just as before, just give it fold it about 4 times, I think it is, I do it. Again, I'll just brush this up. Get that tied in. And for the rib, I'm going to be using soft wire in olive. That's a small, size small. For the body of this, I'm going to be using some of the chuck and duck stuff, and this stuff's called electric seal cow dung. Sounds pretty nasty, doesn't it? So we'll use that. It's this here, that's it there.
No.
Get a wee bit more on it. Just a wee touch more, a wee bit short. Right, for the body hackle, I'm going to be using, it's just an olive cock hackle for the body. I'll go do that in a minute. Get stuff in here. Oh. That looks about the right size there. Right, back into the stroke. At least this one. Here the wire in. I'll go to that one. And then I'm going to put legs again onto this one. And then this occasion I'm kind of using, it says that they're dyed red, but it's pretty quite dark. It's not really, they're coming to suit this part quite well. So again, 3 on each side. On this side. Those look pretty even. That's cool. And for the head tackle, I'm using a West of Ireland golden olive colour. It's happening this year. It's a hen cape. So I'll just use a hackle for the front here. Right. And I'll tie this in by the tip. Look at the tip. And we'll get the window. Just got that pulled back. But finished.
I bet that head and tail pop under a UV torch.
Yeah, it probably messed this up. Varnish under here. And that completes that fly. So, like I say, I've not really got a name for it. It's loosely based around the Gorgeous George patterns, which come in all sorts of colours and stuff, but that's the kind of style of it. Anyway, a good fly. I've not used it an awful lot, but I've fished it this year for rainbows and caught a couple with it. So I've maybe actually made the head a wee bit heavy. I don't usually tie the head just as heavy as that. It's coming across as if it looks heavy there, but Yeah, that's a variation of a Georgeous George. So I'll do one more fly then, Derek, is that okay?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
I'll tie a Mayfly, yeah? I'll do a Mayfly pattern.
Yeah.
I'll wait Mayfly. So I'll use a size 10 again. Size 10 hook. 6mm 10. And I'll use the same thread, the chartreuse thread. Needle. Right, so for the tail of this, I'll use some guide peacock, pheasant tail, peacock pheasant tail. Just take a bunch of them.
That looks a nice deep colour.
Yeah, I've got that. I think I got that at the game fair the PFFI from Cooksall. They've got a nice selection of them, different colours. So let's get that on here. It's quite a long tail on this. I'm going to use a red wire rib on this one. Get that secured on. And for the body of this, I'm going to be using some SLF. It's a white olive. That's here. That's here. Take a picture of that. Get that wound up. Right, for the body hackle, I'm going to use an olive boat hackle again. And that's okay. Find a suitable size. I think that's about right. Here. Get the wound up the body. Get that secured in. Get a cut off. And I should have a tackle prepared here for this. Dyed French partridge and an olive colour. Olive colour. I don't know if you can hear my cat. My cat's meowing at me here at the back. Put me off a bit. He's wanting attention.
Probably wants his grub.
Aye.
My cat keeps coming up to the laptop because he can hear it.
All right. Look, we'll get this tied in. Nice big haggles to use, the French partridge, isn't they?
Yeah.
Nice. I think that'll do it. Get it finished. Just got a varnish. Make sure. Yeah, the ice clear, sorry. So, and that's my Mayfly pattern. I've not really used an awful lot. I gave one to a friend when we were up in Toftingall, and he caught on, but it wasn't the exact same as I said, a brown. I was using just the natural pheasant tail. Well, it was a similar pattern, same style. He caught on that. He was using that. Up in Wilson Junior. So yeah, that's a wet Mayfly pattern. We're getting on a wee bit now to use flies like that right enough at this time of year. We're a wee bit late, but there you go. And that's that. If that's me. If that's okay, that's over an hour and a half, I think.
Thanks, Alan.
Thanks, Alan.
Thanks for having me on. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the experience. It was good. First time I've did it. So really.
Thanks, time.
Yeah,
Happy to do
thanks,
it.
Alan. It's a nice looking face.
Thanks very much.
Really nice. Brilliant, mate.
Right, thanks very much. Thank you now.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you.
Right, thank you. Thanks for watching.
Thank you very much, mate. Fantastic stuff,
Yeah.
mate.
Great stuff.
Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Can you do me a
Thanks
favour,
very much.
Alan? When you finish, could you take a picture of each and put it on the WhatsApp group for
Yeah,
us?
I'll do that. I'll do that later tonight, and I'll get them up. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. No problem. Okay.
Thanks, Alan.
Right. Thanks very much once again for the experience. Thank you. Bye now.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Alan.
thanks, Alan.
Bye now. Look at this.